upon a time,
in Boston, Massachusetts.
the date was January 15, 1919.
The Great Molasses Flood occurred on this day.
Due to a huge storage tank bursting, it released over 2 million gallons of molasses,
Which surged at an incredible
35 miles per hour. The wave of molasses destroyed buildings and claimed the lives of 21 people, but also injuring 150, as well as killing 12 horses.
It went something like this.
Aftermath.
The initial response to the flood involved 116 cadets, led by Lieutenant Commander H. J. Copeland from the USS Nantucket, who waded into the knee-deep molasses to rescue survivors and prevent onlookers from interfering. Shortly after, the Boston Police, Red Cross, Army, and Navy personnel arrived. The rescue operation continued through the night, with doctors and surgeons setting up a makeshift hospital nearby due to the high number of injured people. It took 4 days to conclude the search for survivors, as many victims were coated in molasses, making them difficult to identify. Some victims were swept into Boston Harbor and were discovered 3 to 4 months later. The cleanup took weeks. Molasses had spread throughout Greater Boston and its suburbs, tracked by rescue workers, cleanup crews, and curious onlookers, leaving a sticky residue on streets, subway platforms, public transportation, telephone handsets, homes, and various other surfaces. Flood cleanup involved using salt water from a fireboat to rinse away the molasses and employing sand to absorb it. The harbor remained tainted with molasses until summer, and the most necessary areas required weeks of cleanup efforts involving hundreds of people. Deaths.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Why did this happen?
The molasses tank broke open due to a change in temperature and structural defects. It was in January, but it was warmer that day.
What else happened?
Following the incident, 119 residents filed a class action lawsuit against the United States Industrial Alcohol Company, which had bought Purity Distilling in 1917. This legal action marked one of Massachusetts' earliest class action lawsuits and is recognized as a significant step in shaping corporate regulation.
Where are we now?
The property formerly occupied by the molasses tank and the Northland Paving Company became a yard for the Boston Elevated Railway. It is now the site of a recreational complex named Longoni Park. Here is the memorial that is placed at the location. Thanks to this event, we hopefully won't get into such a sticky situation again.